Kamala Harris gave her first stump speech. She went to the Biden-Harris headquarters, now the Harris headquarters in Delaware, and she gave that stump speech that had a lot of parts to it. I cut out a particular section of the speech that encompasses exactly how the campaign must go, and it is clear that they understand exactly what they have to do to not only beat Trump, but beat Project 2025, and also in a manner that America sees the future. Check this out, then we'll take it on the other side.
So in the days and weeks ahead, I, together with you, will do everything in my power to unite our Democratic Party, to unite our nation, and to win this election. You know, as many of you know, before I was elected as vice president, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California. And before that, I was a courtroom prosecutor. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And in this campaign, I will proudly put my record against his. As a young prosecutor, when I was in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office in California, I specialized in cases involving sexual abuse. Donald Trump was found liable by a jury for committing sexual abuse. As Attorney General of California, I took on one of our country's largest for-profit colleges and put it out of business. Donald Trump ran a for-profit college, Trump University, that was forced to pay $25 million to the students it scammed. As district attorney, to go after polluters, I created one of the first environmental justice units in our nation. Donald Trump stood in Mar-a-Lago and told big oil lobbyists he would do their bidding for a $1 billion campaign contribution. During the foreclosure crisis, I took on the big Wall Street banks and won $20 billion for California families, holding those banks accountable for fraud. Donald Trump was just found guilty of 34 counts of fraud. But make no mistake, all of that being said, this campaign is not just about us versus Donald Trump. There is more to this campaign than that. Our campaign has always been about two different versions of what we see as the future of our country, two different visions for the future of our country. One focused on the future, the other focused on the past. Donald Trump wants to take our country backward to a time before many of our fellow Americans had full freedoms and rights. But we believe in a brighter future that makes room for all Americans. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. That's right. We believe in a future where no child has to grow up in poverty, where every person can buy a home, start a family, and build wealth, and where every person has access to paid family leave and affordable child care. That's the future we see. Together, we fight to build a nation where every person has affordable health care, yes, where every worker is paid fairly, yes, and where every senior can retire with dignity. Yes. Yes. All of this is to say, building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency. Because we here know when our middle class is strong, America is strong. That's right. And we know that's not the future Donald Trump is fighting for. He and his extreme Project 2025 will weaken the middle class and bring us backward. Please do note that. Back to the failed trickle-down policies that gave huge tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and made working families pay the cost. Back to policies that put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block. Back to policies that treat health care as only a privilege for the wealthy instead of what we all know it should be, which is a right for every American. Right. America has tried these economic policies before. They do not lead to prosperity. They lead to inequity and economic injustice. and we are not going back.
Kamala Harris did exactly what she needed to do. She prosecuted Trump. Man, that equating Trump as a rapist, Trump as a thief, and Trump as a crook. I mean, it was so well placed compared to all the people she's prosecuted. She pretty much says Trump represents every single person that she's prosecuted with the plethora of illegalities that he has done, with the plethora of law breaking, with the plethora of just thuggish behavior. But secondly, she also addressed Project 2025 and the dangers that would come to pass if implemented. But she didn't just make this a speech where she is attacking Donald Trump and just speaking about how bad Project 2025 is going to be, but she gave the Americans something to look for, something to see as their future, something to look forward to. And that is what a speech of the future should sound like. You prosecute the evil one, you prosecute that which would harm, the actual policies that would harm, and then you move forward. This is what I intend to provide you. Elect me, because under our tutelage, under our presidency, your life will be better, and here is why.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.